Thanks for watching. I'm Margot Kinberg, and this is In the Spotlight, a closer look at a crime novel. It's always interesting to read a novel that takes place in what we might consider an exotic place. So for today, let's take a trip to today's Sri Lanka and take a closer look at Harriet Steele's Trouble in Nuala. It's the 1930s in what was then Ceylon. Inspector Shanti de Silva and his English wife Jane have just moved from Colombo to the quiet city of Nuala. It's got a cooler climate, and the de Silvas are hoping for a less stressful life. They've just settled in when trouble begins brewing. A wealthy plantation owner named Charles Renshaw has been accused of flogging one Hari Guptu, one of his workers. Renshaw denies it, but a lot of the workers and their families are upset. There's talk of unrest, which would set a very bad precedent in the area. What's more, a local lawyer, Rahindra Tagore, has heard of the incident and is preparing to lodge a request for a formal investigation. De Silva's boss, Archie Clutterbank, wants De Silva to settle the matter as quickly and quietly as he can so that no real trouble starts. De Silva starts his investigation but hasn't got very far when Renshaw dies, apparently of a heart attack. De Silva's not so sure, though, and begins to ask questions. There are plenty of suspects, too. Renshaw was not well liked and had a reputation for mistreating his workers, especially the natives. His personal life may not have been all it seemed either. There are other possible motives, too. De Silva will have to negotiate the already strained relations between the English and groups of people who've always been there. In the end, though, he finds out the truth about Renshaw's death. So, we've got this setup of suspects, Inspector de Silva looking into the matter, and a not very popular victim. In other words, it's very much a traditional mystery. A whodunit, a circle of suspects, clues, alibis, and so on. There's also a very strong sense of place and time. Steele places the reader in Sri Lanka, Ceylon, in the last years of the British colonial era. So along with the physical descriptions, there's a look at the social class issues of the day. There's also tension as De Silva explores the conflicts between the English and the other groups who live on the island. There's also a solid look at plantation life in that place and at that time. So what other elements does this novel have? There's wit in the novel. For instance, De Silva's got two police officers who work with him. They're not stupid at all, but they are used to a very slow pace of life with plenty of time to do what they want. It's interesting and sometimes funny to see how he goes about getting them to do their jobs. There's also the relationship between the De Silvas. They are in their ways quite different, but they have a stable marriage, and the mutual respect they have and love are clear. Jane is a sounding board and a partner. She's hardly a quiet, docile housewife. Trouble in Nuala is a traditional mystery set in a time of great change in Sri Lanka. It features a whodunit mystery, a police detective who fits into the community, and an exotic tropical setting. The pace is not very, very fast, but neither is it what most people would think of as plotting. This has been In the Spotlight. I'm Margot Kinberg. Thanks for watching.